So 2 years ago, thank you, Jesse, 2 years ago, I did a commercial deal. I literally bird dogged a commercial deal. Know what I mean when I say bird dogging? I bird dogged a commercial deal. I made $72,000 on one deal. It took me exactly, I mean, if I counted the number of hours, I think I probably put 10 hours into the deal. $72,000, 10 hours, I bird dogged this commercial deal. Y'all want to know what I did with the money? I wanted a new Ford GT. And that would have got me almost halfway there. My wife wanted a pool. Now, since we had already had our fight for that year, what do you think happened? We put in the pool. And then what do you think happened next? The two older kids moved back. I'm like, wait a minute, you 27 and you 23, what are you doing moving back in the house? Hey, y'all got a pool. So anyway, we put in the pool, loving it. Not necessarily loving the pool company, but that's a story for another day, but loving the pool. And we were having a little issue with Gregory, my oldest, love him dearly, but he keeps these really weird hours. And there's only so many times at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning I can stand here and the alarm go beep, 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 beep. I'm like, so we had a little chat. Then Mom had a chat. And then we had a chat. Mom caught us having a chat. And so Mom and I agreed, hey, let's get Gregory his own place. So while we were on vacation in St. Thomas last year, because I talked about it when I got back, we put offers on 4 properties online. We bought properties online from the beach. I told you guys about it. Remember that website I told you guys about? Hubzu, right? And so we put the properties under contract while we were on the beach. So like, how in the world do you buy properties when you're on the beach? Simple. If you have a good team, guess who's doing stuff while you're on the back of a cruise ship? So my contractor is out looking at the property while I'm on the beach, and he's sending me the little YouTube video or Vimeo video, whatever they call it. I'm saying, hey, here's an inspection. He's literally standing inside the house doing this. I said, it looks pretty good. Make the offer. And so we put 4 properties on the contract, but we actually wound up closing on 2. One of them, I just really didn't like how you had to get to the property. I mean, you just had to sort of go this back crazy way, and that was not appealing to me. Because I'm not going to live there, but guess what? My tenants are. And I just said, well, how would my tenant feel having to drive through the back? Nah. And then the second property I didn't buy was a beautiful house in a great neighborhood. However, well, not a great neighborhood, but a good neighborhood, a solid neighborhood. However, the 2 people living next door were a little, and I'm like, I'm going to have a hard time renting that property unless I get control of the 2, and I wasn't ready to do that. So long story short, one of the properties that we bought, which we actually, you guys remember the bus store? Deepwood, right? Deepwood, right? And do you remember what was so special about Deepwood? It was a ground floor unit, and when you looked outside the window, what'd you see? The pool, the community pool. In other words, Deepwood had a pool, you could walk to the pool. So we bought Deepwood, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, $142,000. Now some of you sitting there going, And some of you sitting there going, why is Sherman babbling on like that? Now listen here. I was a music major in college. Y'all know that, right? I'm supposed to be a high school band teacher. So if I get up here and I go too long, I said high school band teacher and me coming out, right? Okay? So I was supposed to be a high school band teacher. So by definition, I was not great at math, right? And math is not my strong skill. But I learned a long time ago how to do what's called money math. So my investors in the room, my real investors, the folks who have gone through the apprentice program, they're the ones sitting there going, If I buy a house for $142,000 in Glen Arden, Prince George's County, Maryland, the mortgage on that house is going to be about how much? About $750, $800. I said it was a 3-2, didn't I? Which means I'm going to be able to rent it out for what? About $2,400. Now you take $2,400 and you subtract $750. What do you come up with? Cha-ching. Kind of sounds like around $1,600, $1,700 a month. Cha-ching. How many properties do you need to own where you're making $1,700 a month? How many properties do you need to own where you're making $1,700 a month before you can quit your job? What's your paycheck? What's your paycheck? So how many properties you got to own, right? So when I said, hey, I bought the property, blah, blah, and everybody was like, what the hell is that guy talking about? And some of the people in the room going, yeah. Understanding that 80% of this real estate business and your success in this business is how you think. Part of the challenge is we're not trained to think the right way. And if we're not trained to think the right way, what must we do if we want our life to change? Hello. And I think I heard somebody say we need to change the way that we think. And what's the fastest, easiest, best way to change the way you think? Real simple, worth writing down. Stop hanging out with the wrong people. Stop hanging out with the wrong people and start hanging out with the right people. Part of the reason why a significant number of the people in this room were really nodding their heads when I was telling that little story, which is all true because we did a bus tour and everybody who went on the bus tour saw that property. The Deepwood, remember we had to cut through that lawn and there was that property on the ground floor, right? They've seen the property. They've seen the neighborhood. They know where it's located. They never have to ask me, Sherman, where are you buying properties? Because I tell them. They never have to ask me, hey, Sherman, how did you finance the property? Because I tell them. They never have to say, well, you know, how much money are you going to make? Because I tell them. Why wouldn't I tell them? They're family. But there's one thing you need to know about us, and I'm sorry to have to say this, and this will be the last thing I say, and then we'll go straight to the slides. Even though we're family, man. Curtis, are we family? Absolutely we're family. Hello. But Curtis, there's one thing I won't do, and I hope you're not offended. And I don't even think I need to do this, but I just need to say this. I wouldn't do it for you, I wouldn't do it for anybody else. I'm never going to go to Curtis's house and say, Curtis, turn off the TV and come to the academy. I'm never going to call Curtis up and say, Curtis, where are you, man? Curtis, where are you? Because he's going to be on the other end going, freak! We have all these wonderful things, but guess what? You have to come here. Does that make sense? If we provide all this stuff, and I heard Jesse, I was standing back at the door, a couple of people came up to talk to me, but everyone saw I lean in and hear what Jesse was saying. And no, you ain't gonna get no free lunch today. Well, we'll talk about it. But there is one thing that Jesse said that is absolutely positively true. We do give a lot. He said Sherman gives a lot. Listen, Sherman, Lisa, Jesse, Cheryl, Cynthia, Stephanie. I mean, I could just keep on going on. We as a family give a lot. But it's here. And if you want it, you have to come here. We're not going to chase you down. We have one rule in this whole thing. We have one rule in this whole place. You want to know what it is? We don't care what you look like. We don't care if you're male, female, black, white, Native American. We don't care. We don't care if you got money, don't have money, had to take the last 2 nickels in your pocket so you get bus fare. We don't care. Had one person call me up, I think we were on a webinar or the teleseminar. Said, Sherman, I don't have any transportation right now. You know what I told him? I said, call Lisa. We'll see if we can get one of our members to pick you up. He's here today. He's here today. The only thing we care about is, do you really want it? Because if it's like we got to chase you, that means you don't really want it. And as that young lady said, I don't know her name, but I saw her on the TV, I saw her on the internet. She said, ain't nobody got no time for this. nobody got no time to be chasing you down and say, hey, would you please come to the real? No! But when you do come, when you do walk through that door, when you do say, hey, I need a little help, can somebody pick me up from the metro, or can somebody come, is anybody coming my way? Because we got members from all over the place. We will literally move heaven and earth to help you get what you want. But you got to be a part of the family. You got to show up.